I just remember times where, I'd be playing third base and it's the seventh inning. Let's say we're up 4-1 and, he gave up a couple of hits and here comes Don Mattingly, to the mound. And I'm at the mound first. His glove is over his mouth. He says, I'm not coming out of this freaking game. You tell Donnie, I'm look at him, J-Hair, you tell him I'm not coming out. I just turn to Donnie like, he ain't coming out, bro. He goes, okay. I don't know. Then he turns around and goes back. It's just amazing. That fiery competitor. He's a guy that wants to finish a game. Mm-hmm. And he's the guy that wants to make sure he exhausts everything he has because then he'll have no regrets. And he's given so much to this game. Really gave his shoulder to the game a few years ago. Shouldn't have been on the mound a few postseasons ago. But that's just how he is, man. He's a guy that just wants to be out there for his team.
I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me.
I was talking to my family friend who knows Alex Call.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was saying
he had a big spot last night.
A lot of people did, and not very many people did much.
I'm officially on the time for Conforto to go bandwagon, I think.
Wow. You've been really...
Listen, I felt like I've been riding with him this whole season so far. They see something in him. Dave Roberts believes in him, keeps putting him out there, but he had a little bit of a stretch where he picked it up and was doing well.
Where he was not wanting to get traded, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, I know we paid him, but...
Who's going to trade for Michael Conforto?
I don't know, dude. Look, he has come through. Like, I mean, he has made glimpses of why I think they signed him, but
not enough glimpses.
I don't like feeling like when someone comes up to bat, I'm just like, oh,
I don't know. Did our guys forget how to hit major league pitching?
No. I don't know.
Well, welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me. I'm Melissa Meyer.
And I'm Jaclyn Ruiz.
And we're apart today, but I've got my Dodgers mug from Miley, who actually, let's talk about happy things, because Miley, who really was the first listener of the podcast I connected with and has become a friend, she now works for the Diamondbacks, and that is through this podcast. Oh. And I reached out to her just to see how it was going, and she told me that she got to work and do analytics and all the behind the scenes before the trade deadline, and just how exciting that was for her and how that's been a dream of hers. And she got me this mug. So congratulations, Miley. And I can't wait to just keep hearing about this journey of yours.
Oh, that's so exciting. Good for her.
Yeah, my cousin who wants to work, Evan, who you guys know, how much did he impress you with his baseball knowledge?
I mean, my mom was like, okay, her cousin Evan, he needs a show. And I was like, I know.
Well, I connected Evan with Miley just to ask questions because that's the world he wants to work in. So I just kind of love this connecting everybody together and helping each other.
Yeah, no, totally. Did you hear last night during the broadcast that I think it was Eric Karros? He looked back at Rick and was like, all right, you got 2 innings to find out if anybody has ever hit into a triple play and then has come back and has hit a home run that potentially could win the game. Because at this point, we were still up 1 and we were hoping to, let that home run be the winning hit. Isn't that funny? And everyone's like laughing.
Well, I will tell you that despite the triple play, which, I mean, Shohei just does everything to the extreme. He, hits it to the moon, even getting out of the inning, he hits a triple play, hits into a triple play. So he just does everything to the max. But the last time another team got a triple play off of us was the Padres, and it was last year, and we won the World Series that year.
Yeah, I know. But I still didn't like seeing it. I felt so bad for Dalton Rushing. I felt like he had a really good momentum and he was doing really well. And I think he was feeling good. He had that 2-run home run. And then that triple play happened. And
And then
then
he like fell off of first and then just kind of stayed on the ground, just
he
like face
looks like a
planted.
fish out of water.
There's a meme going around of him just laying on the ground, and it's kind of a perfect example of probably how our team feels right now.
I know, right? Did he slip? Poor guy. I just felt so, I'm like, dude, universe, way to knock him down. The guy is really having good momentum. Like, let him have a good game. I really felt like, are we flipping the energy here? And then that triple play happened and it
I
sucked
really
it
thought
dry.
Blake Trinan getting out of that inning and striking out that last batter was a great momentum changer, but
Hmm.
we couldn't get the hit.
Yeah. I was really rooting for Conforto in that moment. I felt like, look, you're obviously there for a reason. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to just like follow the crowd. I get there's a lot more that goes into this, but like I was like, this is the moment. Like this is the moment. And I just to strike out. Poor guy.
I know. I really thought it was a nice moment for Alex Call that he could have had for our team to be like his first big hit,
I
game-winning
know.
hit.
I know. I've been
But
rooting for
listen,
him.
this is like the Angels World Series.
I know.
And even just hearing people who were at the game, they said that Angel Stadium has not been this packed or like full of energy the whole season.
I mean, did you see when Otani hit the home run? It was just like a sea of blue that just stood up. I was
I
like,
love hearing "Go Dodgers" chants when we're when we're not home.
yeah.
Shohei is pitching today, and
Uh-huh.
he is the only person in baseball that can strike people out and then go hit a home run. And you know how players do against their former team. So I have full confidence that we're going to win today and avoid another sweep of from the Angels.
I know. We should tap into our Swilly episode because remember how we talked about how,
I almost
watching him
texted
pitch
her.
and
I almost texted her to be like, I hate this, but I didn't even want to hear any shit talk.
I know. And it was honestly so fun to see Kenley Jansen. And it
Yes.
was just like, it's fine that he hit the home run off of him too.
Yeah, Kenley got us the first night. Honestly, he's still really good, really
I
sharp
know.
and strong. I was really impressed by him.
I know, but I remember when he would come in and he would be on the Dodgers and then a home run from the other team would happen. And I remember being like, get him out of here, But I know he is so talented, but I do remember those glimpses of that happening. And I don't know what it is, but it really does overshadow. I feel poor Kenley.
Well, that's why I feel like Dodger fans aren't as loving with Kenley and like don't give him a standing ovation when he comes to Dodger Stadium because
I
of all
know, I
those
know.
moments.
But I'm wondering if it's because of that. Like, look what just happened. Like, imagine being the Angels and Otani comes up and like, yeah, it ended up in their favor, but that could have been what won the game. And do you know how many times that has happened to us with that man on the mound? Like, so I was like, it was a little bit of a glimpse of like, oh yeah.
I know.
Not to talk crap, but you know what I mean.
No, we love Kenley.
I'm really hoping
Kenleys, as Justin Turner calls him. He calls him Kenleys and he calls JT's. They had an S. Like our team adds a Y to everyone's name.
uh-huh. Okay, Kike and Mariano are pregnant, which is great. And his thing saying Kikito coming soon.
I love it. I'm so happy for them. And you know what? The world needs another Kike.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I know. I just need Kirsch and Ellen to continue to make babies because the world's needs so many Kershaws that I just want to see what they're gonna do with the future.
Hmm.
But we definitely need a baby Kikito. That's so funny.
I know. And I'm just thinking of Penelope is the cutest thing ever. And I bet she's going to be a great big sister. So really happy
Hmm.
for the
I know.
Hernandez family.
But speaking of Kike, I'm really hoping that him and Tommy Edmond are like our saving graces going into October in the sense of this like something that we're missing right now that is going to add and we're all going to be like, "Oh my gosh, we really missed this."
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what else to cling to.
I know. I mean, we do have guys coming back. I hope Kike is coming back. I got scared last time I was checking our IL list and they were like, Kike is not even close to baseball activities, which is really scary because that's like the first step towards coming back. But
I saw him practicing the other day with his funny hairdo.
He also went on a
Right?
podcast last night.
You have no idea. I looked at Adam. I don't know. You look like you're ready to go, or you're just
I was gonna ask Eddie, does Eddie have any inside scoop? Is Kike coming back?
Really quick, I just looked at Adam and he's just like full grip, but not saying anything.
I'm just waiting to jump in whenever I'm ready to.
Oh,
I don't watch Dodger highlights. I'm sorry.
Well,
But I just have a question.
highlights are
You
usually
know.
just on highlights. So
You
whether
know
you want to
what's
watch
going
them,
on.
I just don't watch highlights. Sorry. I have a question though. Like, how does this compare to last year though? Because I'm pretty sure we've had this exact same conversation like a year ago,
Yeah.
where it's like, do you guys realize that you guys went into the playoffs last year without a single starting pitcher having pitched over 100 innings, I believe was the stat?
Uh-huh.
Like, this is normal for you guys? Are you, like,
No.
this should be fine.
I literally thought
No,
about this.
it's
It
not.
happens every year. And for some reason, every year it slaps me in the face as if I don't know it's coming. And it shocks me every year, but I get what you mean. It's like at some point, why are we freaking out? We kind of go into playoffs doing this back and forth kind of. I mean, how many times have we been like, how many times have we gone in with the wild card?
One time. The one time
When
the San Francisco
Steve
Giants
T3 hit
won
the
the
homer.
within the last like 13 years, I think
Okay.
once.
Yeah. I know that this is reminding me of last season and all the injuries and stuff, but I don't feel the same way as I did last year. Yes, I'm positive and I feel like we can still go far, but think of last year. I mean, we played longer than anyone else. We started before everyone else. Our bullpen has pitched more innings than any other team in the MLB, and they clearly are fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
Even last night in the post-game interview with Alex Vesia, he didn't deny that when he was asked that straight out. And you can tell, like, it's catching up to them. And I can't even believe how many injuries we have this year. I mean, Brock Stewart, our new guy, is already on the IL. What is going on?
Right shoulder something.
They
I
kind
don't know.
of
I
made me
will say,
feel a little
though,
okay. They're like, well, we caught it early, so he'll be coming back. But this really is crazy.
yeah, it is pretty crazy.
I don't know. I mean,
So
like,
pumped. I am so pumped with Blake Snell. I mean, maybe I just didn't even think twice about him before. Well, he has barely played, and I'm sorry, I didn't really follow him on the Giants. I'm very impressed. I love it. He just looks so strong at the plate.
Yeah.
And
he struck out 10, pitched 5 solid innings. I'm sure he'll go longer next time. He looked really sharp.
Yeah, I just think he looks healthy and he looks like stable. Like he's like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed watching him pitch.
I wonder
Well,
for
it's
how
almost
long.
like our
I
bullpen
know.
has been,
I didn't know that he's prone to injury.
they all are,
I
honestly.
know. What is happening?
But it's almost like we flipped it from earlier in the season where our bullpen was really helping us win games and they were really strong and getting us out when like a pitcher could only go 2 innings. And now it's like our starters are becoming healthy again and they are pitching really strong for us. Snell, Kershaw's been great.
Yeah.
What's his name? Tyler Glasnow.
Mm-hmm.
And our bullpen, they have been so inconsistent.
Well, if you think about it, the other ones have been able to rest.
They
And
must be
our
tired.
they're tired. But I mean, dig deep.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me, that our bullpen is so fatigued.
Yeah.
But then I hear things like they're going to bring up Bobby Miller and have him as in the bullpen, which is interesting to me. So, I mean, if they're willing to do whatever it takes, then great. I love it.
Do you hear that for sure? I kind of just heard talks of it, but is it something that's for sure happening?
I think they've probably talked to him about it and he's willing to do it. So we'll see if it happens.
What were your thoughts about Mookie going to right?
Well, I think they needed to fill that and he was like, I'm down. And that just shows exactly who Mookie is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the answer to all of Mookie's problems. That seems to be everybody's go-to, but is it? I think he's playing really good defense right now, and his bat's picking up.
Yeah, his bat's picking up. I wasn't even really thinking of it as like Because yeah, our team, wherever you're needed and you got to get, fill in, Mookie's not above that either. So yeah, if we needed him to go to right field, it's no blow against that. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of open to like maybe letting it be a little more fluid. Maybe he does spend a little more time in right and like bounces back. I don't know if shortstops can do that though.
I don't know. Maybe it was like, let's put him out there, see what happens. We'll put him in the eighth inning, so it's not like he's starting a game in right field because then everyone will definitely be talking about it. They kind of like slid him in, see if anyone noticed. Maybe it is their thoughts of he's our strongest in the outfield for the postseason. He's got to start gelling with the center fielder and the left fielder. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. Those are kind of all my thoughts surrounding it.
Yeah. Have you heard any updates on Kim? We need comment.
I know. We need his jumping, his speed.
I mean,
He can just
anything.
fly.
What?
I
Adam?
feel like he's a very
I was
similar.
going to make a joke.
Okay.
I was going to make a
But-
joke about he was last seen shooting over the eastern part,
Oh.
the eastern quadrant of the
Has
skies.
anyone seen comment? Just shooting through the sky.
But
Yeah.
we've dropped 20 of our last 32 games, and our lead went from 9-0, and that's not okay. We're now
Mhm.
tied with the Padres. The only thing, and I always am going to see the bright side of things. We need the competition. I think when we get the fire under us, we really do play our best baseball. So maybe now that the Padres are tied with us and we're about to go into playing them twice,
Yeah, I mean,
may
if
the
that's what
best
they
man
need,
win.
if that's what they need, the fire lit under their,
They need something. They look like they need energy. They don't look like they're having fun. They need like either a motivational pep talk or like someone to just, I don't know,
something.
like one of those mid-season meetings like they had last season that they said turned it around when Tyler Glasnow went down and they all were just kind of like,
I know.
kind
This
of
is
almost
when
feeling like
back in the
giving
day
up.
when Adrian Gonzalez would like stop smiling in the dugout and I would be like, crap. Like if he's down, like, no, like you're supposed to be the one who's pumping everyone up. And like everyone just looks like down.
Depleted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone's got to step up and maybe it's Miggy Rowe. He's such a leader in that clubhouse and he leads their tequila shots for their wins and the series wins. So maybe they need a little pep talk from Miggy.
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know who's the person. I want to believe it's Miggy. Like I don't I'm still getting I'm buying into what his role is because he's not really pumping me up right now. So I
No,
don't
but
know how he can go in the locker room and pump anyone up, but he also probably has a whole other aspect with them. But I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen. I think that we do still have 42 games left, which that's a lot of baseball, and we do best in October. So just need to get there. Eddie's over here pulling your mic. He wants to see you do want to get on.
Eddie, what are your thoughts on our current situation right now, being tied with the Padres?
Adam's giving him the microphone because I kind of want to know too.
Oh. I mean, I think we're in a good spot. We just took 2 out of 3 from the best team in the majors in the Blue Jays. We almost won the third game, lost in a walk-off, and scoring over 4 runs. Mookie's bat is turning. Max Muncy is coming back to form, batting over 260. I'm encouraged when I see them at bat. I'm thinking, obviously the bullpen has been strained, but you're right about Blake Snell. I think he looks amazing. Clayton Kershaw was awesome. I think we rise up. The Angels are actually better than advertised team. That's just, they're just inconsistent. But, when it comes to later innings and they're like 14-7, which was like the best record in the majors. So I just chalked this up. Yeah, it's a 3-game losing streak, but the Blue Jay series just told me, hey, we're going to be all right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Wow, that made me feel better.
Can we talk about Kirsch for a second?
Yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, we could talk about him all day. When I was watching our episode with Jerry, I guess the intro will come before this, so it's not like I'm giving away anything. The way that he was like looking at us when you started to ask the question about Kershaw. It was like he just couldn't wait to just talk about him, you know?
I know. He's
His
like, well,
thing.
I'm so glad you asked that.
Yeah, I
was
love
like,
that. But watching him lately, I love his curveball. Like just watching his curveball and where it lands so perfect.
mhm.
I love watching it. And the game against Scherzer was just so awesome. I
Yeah,
know you were there. Did you
I
have
know.
anything cool to report from being there that day?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like remember how Kirsch said like I kind of took advantage of like always being able to come out, and then when he didn't wasn't able to do it, and now it's like I was kind of the same way. I didn't really go to Kershaw games because I wanted a quicker game and all this, and now I'm just like hanging on every pitch. And
It's so
it's
funny.
crazy because you know you can hope for the season you want for him, and this is the kind of season I wanted for him. Like I just wanted him to go and perform and do his thing and like be strong at it and be a presence and yeah, we're just watching greatness. I just wish everything else would kind of come together. You know, I mean, we haven't been a healthy team all together all season. And
You know what? Maybe our team needs a little pep talk from Kirsch himself.
yeah, maybe.
I know he's not really that guy. It's funny that you always say that you wouldn't go to the Kershaw games because of how good he was and how like it wasn't as exciting. When I moved here and started becoming a Dodger fan, I would only get tickets for Kershaw games.
Mm-hmm.
And but then like as I started learning more about baseball and the team and wanting to see other pitchers, then I remember when Scherzer came to our team, all the games I happened to go to that season were Scherzer starts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can I see another pitcher? But they
Yeah.
also were really fun games to go to. And he had a fun little stretch with our team until, you know, the kind of last of it. And he kind of left with a little bit of a stain and the dead arm.
Yeah.
But now
I
they
don't
both
know.
have won 218 games.
Yeah, the statistics were very close.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they need or who needs to do the pep talk, but I'm really ready for something. I just think they deserve, you know, better. And I would hate to just watch it not click. And right now it's not really clicking.
I know. I was reading all the comments from our TikTok. People have got a lot of things to say
Like about what specifically?
about what they think our team needs. And
What?
it's basically Conforto needs to go, Mookie needs to go back in right field, and we need to get energized. I I don't like that just like people only talk about Mookie going to right field, Conforto leaving the team. I don't know how realistic that is. I wonder what those conversations are amongst like Dave Roberts in the front office, but we definitely need some energy.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that. I don't know. I don't even know where I would want to put Conforto in the batting lineup right now to make me feel better about it. But at this point, I'm like, I
Maybe 10th, 11th in the batting lineup.
I don't know. I was looking at our guys that are in the minors right now and wondering if there was another call up that might happen that might be better than Conforto, but I don't know if there's one that is good defensively and offensively. That would make sense.
yeah.
What'd you think about Justin Dean?
Um,
He played his first game on the Kobe bobblehead night, so the Kershaw game.
I don't
He
think
made
I
a
saw.
couple errors.
I don't think I realized him then. I did. I paid attention to him yesterday when he came out on the bases. But honestly, that was the first time I really saw him. I didn't think I really locked into that. So much going on at the games.
I know. I mean, I was more locked into watching his family there, cheering him on, which was really sweet.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that's the stuff you get to see when you're like at home. There's like a
yeah,
lot going on at the game. Like you don't always know that.
yeah. So that's what I liked watching that part. I
Yeah.
don't think he had the best game, but I enjoyed how excited his family was for him in this moment in his life. So
Yeah.
cheering him on.
I just read that Eric Karros' son got called up or
Isn't he
yeah,
in our minor league system?
he's in our minor league system. No, I don't think it was our team. Oh, Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I guess Eric is done with his broadcasting for the regular season, and it just so happens we play Colorado. Now he gets to go watch his son.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty good timing.
Yeah, that's great.
Almost
I
like
love
they
it.
set it up.
Is his son is a pitcher, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I got that nugget from the conversation. He's not a pitcher. I'm
No.
getting the confirmation. No.
What is he?
1
Do we
minute.
know? Hmm? Oh, are we
1
looking
minute,
it up?
please.
Adam? Adam, can you look up
He's
what position
looking.
He's a
Eric
third
plays?
baseman.
Oh,
Third base.
He got called up because the Rockies traded away Ryan McMahon to the Yankees.
oh. Another player that I'm a little worried about, besides Vesia, who I don't know if he's just tired or he's going to be the next on the IL because that was one of his worst outings, walked 3 guys. A little nervous about him, but
I
also,
know. I really don't want him to be on the IL. He's really been giving such fire. And I know this outing, everyone can have bad outings. So I'm hoping it was just a bad outing and not because something's bugging him.
well, that's kind of
What
how
happens? Market research. That's usually what's going on.
I know, but I'm really just hoping for the best. He has been so strong for us. He really is one of those guys that when he's on the mound, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Like his energy is what our team needs. They need that 5 Red Bull before a start energy.
I know. But last night he was like he was making me want to jump out of my skin. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
just
it's
like
like he wants to
for a
perform
second.
so well, so badly, but his pit, like his fastball was just really high and yeah, he was just off. But also Yamamoto, that was the most errors he's ever had in a major league game.
Yeah.
And that was
And
making me worried too.
I know. We haven't played that well behind him as much as I thought we would have.
I know. For some reason, I mean, our team wants to do well for Kershaw. Every time I feel like they're just making sure they get runs so that he feels more comfortable. We don't give that much run support to Tyler Glasnow or Yamamoto. We got to help our
No.
guys out.
I know. I don't know what we need. Um,
Yeah, we need to, I don't know, see the pitches better.
well, I mean, you said you need more competition, and now we're about to go into San Diego, and I am so nervous that it's gonna just be what it was when we were in New York, and we were like, what is going on at home?
Can we talk about the when we went to that podcast meetup last week, talking to the Padre fan who, okay, I was calm. I was calm.
I was not.
You were getting pretty heated with him,
It was
but he was on
annoying.
another level.
Okay, but like, you're not even talking. I'm like leveling with you. I'm telling you that you have a really good team. It's just your guys' own ego is what's getting in the middle. And I hope it continues to just thrash your whole ball club because I don't want you to win. Because I know that if you click right, you can because you're very good. The competition's there. But don't tell me that we're the younger brother.
I
Like
know.
that was the most like, come on.
That
That
was
was
crazy.
annoying.
But it was funny because I feel like whenever we do talk to Padres fans, they prove our point because they get so heated and all they can talk about is the Dodgers and how the Dodgers are not the big brother and the Dodgers haven't, remember he's like the Dodgers haven't even won and we're like maybe you should check your own rings.
I I know.
Like how can you even try and have that be a point you're trying to make?
He's like,
You won
okay,
twice.
2020, 2024. Okay, like what about all the other years? I'm like, are you a baseball fan? Like what? It's like it's like very rare to go on huge runs. And when it does happen, it's amazing. But like that's not really like I know I couldn't with him.
Yeah, that was tough, but I feel like we remained pretty calm.
I'm like, so what do
When
you do here? Like, what do you
sometimes
do? Well, at
we
the end,
get
he
a
wanted our card. Remember, he was like, okay, I'll take one. I was like, oh, you want our card now, buddy?
no, I know, I know. It's like whenever we talk to people in New York and at first they're like, I hate the Dodgers, and then we're like, we have a Dodgers podcast, and they're like, oh, I love the Dodgers.
Yeah, they're like really big Laker fans. Like, they start like loving LA.
I know, I know.
I know that was really funny, but it's just I think that's why people are saying this is like somewhat of a rivalry, because you can't help but get kind of heated about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just their attitude. I'm just over
I'm
them.
fine with admitting that it's a rivalry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, also people were saying last night the Angels are a rival, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're not.
Who said that?
People.
There is such a thing as
gonna call them out.
geographic rivals.
I mean, I
Well,
guess, but geographically, to me, the Giants are geographically our rival, and
No, well,
that's like saying
yes,
the Clippers are geographically our Lakers rival. And to me, I just
I
will
mean, the
never
Angels
admit
tried
that.
to be the Los Angeles Angels.
the Giants are a historical rival more than they are a geographic, although they're also geographic. San Diego, sort of always a geographic rival, but they are turning into a competitive rival.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I've never heard anyone in my life call the Angels a rival to Dodgers.
Just because of how close we are to them. But
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Padres series. I'm a little nervous for the Padres series. I hope it pumps us up. I hope that we
I hope we all just
overcome
rise
all
to
of
what.
their antics and how
Yeah.
well they're going to play, because they're playing really good baseball right now. I mean, look at the standings.
Yeah. I know. I'm just nervous.
Are any of their guys hurt?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I just don't want it to be a bloodbath. I just want it to be like, leave it on the field, prove yourself on the field. Let's not like, I'm like, I don't want to do this whole like hit by a pitch, hit by a pitch, hit by a pitch, clear the benches. I'm just like over it.
Well, I feel like our team will always rise above that stuff. We'll see what they bring to the table.
Well,
But we
judging
always
by
take the
that
high road.
tweet.
We are not going to allow a bloodbath. Are you kidding me?
Mm,
We'll
yeah.
give them a bloodbath. You know what? I'm going to predict a home run derby for the Dodgers. One of those games.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I have a wedding on Friday, and I'm gonna be that person who has the game going while speeches. You guys won't even know I'm sitting here watching it. I'm gonna have to keep it cool, but there's no way I can miss that game.
I
Yeah,
know. I forget what game it was, but I was at a wedding that one day, and I'm like, I'm going to have to watch the game.
it's so hard to do it once you're there and like you're present, but
It
I'm,
is. But it's also really funny. Although, I mean, you're going to be with people you know. It's funny because I didn't know a lot of people at the wedding. So for me to be watching a game, like all dolled up, the reactions are just always funny. Like, you have a Dodgers podcast?
yeah, I'll be with like my best friends, so they'll probably already know where I'm at if they can't find me. Just catch me by a TV.
Well, I am excited for Shohei to pitch today.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will lead us to a win. I'm predicting a strikeout and then a homer.
Okay. I know. Last night it was so funny after he hit the homer, and then they're like, um, and that's your starting pitcher for tomorrow, guys. Like, and I was like cracking up. I can't believe I've never been to Angel Stadium. I hear
Really?
it's really quiet.
I've only been once, but I remember then it was all Dodger fans. So
Yeah.
I actually watched an Angels Yankees game there when I first moved to LA, long time ago. And there were more Yankee fans there at the time. So I feel like it's one of those stadiums that's like that.
Well, something really cool in Major League history happened with Jen Powell being, the first female umpire. I didn't realize that she umped the game before the doubleheader and was first base and then third base against Miami. And then on the 10th is when she was behind the plate. Yeah, that's so
Yeah, that
awesome.
was so cool.
Yeah, when she was saying like this is literally a dream come true, it's like so amazing to just like, see people, still making their dreams, hitting the accolades. Pretty great.
It is amazing. I love
Yeah.
how much they talked about it and being the first woman to be an ump. But then on the other hand, it's like, why does this have to be such like a crazy thing? And let her do her job and the pressure she must feel on her to like make the right calls. And I know she got a lot of heat, but I loved that Kate Maniscalco, I believe is how you say her name, who does baseball for Baddies, went back and looked at all the umps that are playing right now. And because they were comparing her game calls to the other umps that are playing right now. And she went back and looked up all of the stats from their first games. And Jen did way better than all of them. So I just like went back and did the research and made it made it fair in what they were saying.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you're gonna always get those people, but yeah, I just thought it was really cool. You know, it was like a dream of hers, and she's been working really hard, and it's very deserved. So
yeah, for sure.
Another girl in our Dodger community, Natalia, which is one of our on-field girls, and she's also a radio host and has been in the radio world. She recently just got hired to do a show with 102.7, which has been a huge dream of hers. And I just saw that she posted her first like sign off on 102.7, and her just saying those afterwards, she like just kind of broke down and could not believe. And it's like, so I reached out to her because I'm like, it's just so cool. Everyone's still just like trying to find their way and, you know, making moves and making their dreams come true. And I was so proud of her.
Yeah, that's amazing. I saw you posted that, and I didn't even really know the context behind it, but it made me cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved that moment for her. So congratulations, Natalia. And
No,
another
she's such a
cool
support.
thing is the all-female broadcast
So cool.
with former Dodgers reporter Alana Rizzo, friend of the podcast, episode 12.
Yeah, that's so fun. So was it just like a one-time thing?
I don't think so. I'm sure it's going to be the first of many.
Well, I mean, in this scenario, they just kind of got it together as like a one-time thing. It's not like that's who they hired for the whole season, right? Or
no, I
no.
think they were just filling in. Maybe like the stars just aligned that way for that game, but I'm sure there will be many more to come. And that's just really a really cool feat for women in sports. And I love watching Alana's career. That was a moment for me when I asked her to come on the podcast, and she responded within like 30 seconds and said yes. That literally I had tears in my eyes and was like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work, because she said yes, and I just was so happy. So we'll always be cheering her on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's awesome. All right, well, we have a fun little segment coming up. I really think our listeners are going to love hearing from Jerry. It was a really cool episode. He's just so real. You know, he doesn't like talk too much all like, and he loves to make the jokes, and like he is professional and encouraging, and it was just a pleasure to talk to him.
It really was. And our plan of doing the sign at first, just to kind of like break the ice and make him feel comfortable, I think he really thought that was funny.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So we met Jerry Hairston Jr. at Spectrum when we were invited by our friend Oral Hershiser to watch them record the pre and post game show, which was such a cool experience. And I know we've talked about that on here, but that's when we were introduced to Jerry, and he was so gracious to come and talk to us. And honestly, like, I can't wait for our listeners to hear this one. Just like the stories he told, the group chat. He named everyone in the group chat, and he said that Kershaw is going to see this episode.
Oh, I know. When he said that, I'm like, you said it, not me. I didn't even have to ask.
It's almost as cool as when Max Muncy told us he liked our episode and liked our questions.
Yeah. Oh, Max. He's really,
yeah. Jerry, we could have talked to Jerry all day. He comes from the biggest baseball family, and even just like him saying, you think I designed this? Because he has a really cool like backdrop with awards and jerseys and stuff like that. And then he was so complimentary of everything we were doing. And that was a moment for us where I think we started tearing up a little.
Yeah, it was definitely a perfect way to end that. He's just so genuine, and I really think that everyone's going to enjoy.
So now, enjoy our episode with Jerry Hairston Jr.
No,
What?
not yet. We're not doing that yet.
Okay.
Because you have to do player of the week.
Oh, I don't choose any. Did you pick yours?
Yeah.
This is a tough one. I don't know if any of our players deserve it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with who I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
All
All
right.
right. Well, player of the week this week was a little rough because it's been a little rough for our team. But we've always said that we have many different reasons of why we choose these players. So let's see who you got.
All right.
Ready?
One.
Player of the week. 1, 2, 3. Mookie.
Otani.
Okay.
You know, I haven't chosen him. Even through the pains, he's still coming through clutch. If
First of all, did we talk about the triple play that he hit into? And who was on first that slipped off the bag? Is
Dalton
he okay?
rushing.
rushing and
Did he like break his arm?
No, he was okay. We think
Oh,
he
okay.
just slipped and it was more of like embarrassing.
After his little scuffle at first when he fell and face planted, he was pissed.
Yes.
Did you see when he went back in the dugout and he was like throwing stuff? He was really mad at himself.
Yeah, but it's like baseball, like shit like that happens.
Yeah,
Like
brush
that's
it
what's
off.
crazy about it.
I'm just glad he was back in the game after
I
that.
was glad that he
got
wasn't
hurt.
injured because we don't need him to be down. And I felt for him because he had really good momentum. That whole thing was very cringy to watch. I mean,
It
he
was.
flopped like a fish.
Well, he was
like,
way too far off first base, couldn't get back. And then, like, yeah, it was like just like trying to catch him.
like, how did he even achieve that? Like, he like flopped and then flopped.
He did a whole like belly flop, like he was jumping into a pool.
He realized he wasn't diving into a pool, right?
Yeah,
All
we
right.
already talked about the triple play. I wish it was our team doing the triple play and it wasn't against us, but
Okay, but in the end, I chose Otani because look, even though he's not doing as well as I think he should be doing, I think he should be leading us. I don't know. He leads by example, and I need to see more example. I don't need
today.
to see a home run kill it out of the stadium every time. I just need to see, I don't know, a couple doubles and a single and maybe a homer. But he always comes through.
Yeah, and that was a great moment with his home run last night to take the lead. I
Yeah.
think he's going to do that today. He's going to change the momentum and prove it with his play because that's
Okay.
what he is. He's a lead by example guy, like you said, and not like a vocal guy. I chose Mookie because he is turning his season around. I love that our fans wanted to support him and that he felt the love from us, and it's only helping him. And he has gotten a homer, he's gotten hits, and he's really picking things up. He's still willing to go back to right field, so I just love him as a player. I love that he's doing well, and I hope that it continues.
All right. All right. So
Adam, Eddie, do you have players of the week?
The Milwaukee Brewers is annoying. I've said it before. They seem to never lose. But
Yeah,
I'm
are
gonna
they
go.
still number one in baseball?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pat Murphy, their manager. The guy puts pancakes in his pocket when he wants to eat during the game, and
What?
it's just annoying. It's just
Wait,
annoying.
wait, 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 wait. Can we go back to that? He
Yeah,
puts pancakes
he has
in his
mini
pocket?
pancakes. He has mini pancakes in his pocket, and he just pulls out during the game and eats them. It's just annoying how good they are, and they don't seem to spend any money, and yet they're just always good, and their record over the last like 60 games is insane, and I'm annoyed as a Cubs fan.
it's really weird you talked about that pancake thing because I just saw a meme of a guy in Vegas having like a serious conversation and he pulled out a already half-eaten hot dog out of his back pocket and took a bite out of it and just literally in full conversation and then puts it back in his back pocket. And I was like, what is happening?
Wait, that is so funny because my
Uh,
grandma always tells the story of like because she had 8 kids. It was like when she put food on the table, it was like grab whoever could get it first. And she said that my dad and my uncle Jerry, who were close in age, would put meatballs in their pockets
wow.
and pull meatballs out and eat them just like at school. What's with guys and putting food in
Just
pockets?
hoarding food. Like there's enough, guys.
Well, I don't know if I can talk about our team anymore right now because it's not that great. But I know Shohei is gonna bring it today, put us back in the win column, and who knows? Maybe we'll start a winning streak. Bring it on, Padres.
Bring it on, Padres. Let's just do it.
Well, you know what? Something that our guest said to us is that he's happy that we're in this situation right now. And everybody in the baseball world doesn't seem to be worried. So let's just learn from them. We won't be worried either. And now I hope you all enjoy our interview with Jerry Hairston Jr. Go Dodgers.
Now to the interview.
I'm just kind of looking and admiring what's behind you.
Okay, full disclosure. You honestly think I did this?
We didn't
So,
say you decorated it, but
did
you
not-
achieved what's on it.
I didn't decorate. My sister-in-law and my sister did my house because as a guy, single guy, I'm not that good at decorating. So they did all that stuff. So I didn't do anything.
Well,
They did
they
great.
did an amazing job. What are those awards?
That's Emmys for our show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, Sports Center LA. And then just jerseys, like teams I played on. And like this one, the Yankee team, everybody signed it on the team. And
Wow.
I got stuff. Cal Ripken, I played with Cal. My first 3 years was his last 3. And then to my left, I have Griffey. Griffey was my favorite player growing up. And we were teammates. And I was on base when he hit his 600th home run. So that was kind of cool.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Yeah, that was cool. So I met him at the plate when he hit his 600th home run. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. And on that Yankee jersey, who's your favorite signature on that?
Everybody. We got everybody. Everybody. You know what? Probably Eric Kinski, because we grew up together. You know, we played, in high school and then a little bit in college, and then we became teammates. And he was my neighbor down the street here until they moved.
Wow.
Wow. That's
And
really cool.
we ended up playing on the team with the Yankees, and we won it. So that was cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we are so happy to have you on the podcast today. Thank you so much for joining us. We are. Oh yeah, we had
Is
to
that
do a little.
backwards?
Not too.
No, I see. That's perfect. I love it. I love the
Because in our
whiteboard.
screen, it looks backwards, and we're like, wait, how does Jerry write backwards so quick?
I write left-handed. That's how I write backwards. Left-handed.
Do you come up with that stuff on the spot?
On the spot.
That's so great.
Yeah, we've been talking about just like the things you write, especially because it must be hard to talk about the team when they're not playing well. So I love your signs when it's like need more runs or whatever you come up with that
It's
day.
not that big of a board, so I have to be right to the point. So I can't write a paragraph.
Right.
Is it a dry erase board?
Yes. Just erase it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, you already kind of like led into our first question that we wanted to ask you, but you come from the largest MLB family, and I'm kind of picturing you growing up around clubhouses like we're watching Charlie Kershaw and Charlie Freeman. So is that where your passion and knowledge came from to want to play yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. Watching both Charlies, Charlie Kershaw and Freeman, that was me growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was around the clubhouse, around the guys. I was very fortunate to grow up in that White Sox culture. It was just a tough group of guys led by Carlton Fisk, Harold Baines, Ozzie Guillen, that group. So I was just hanging around that clubhouse, learning from them, being around them, watching them work every single day, and understanding that, it is cool without a doubt. It's amazing, but it's hard work. A lot of fans, they get to the ballpark around 6:30 for a 7:00 game. Players get there around sometimes 1:30, 2:00, getting themselves ready. We heard what Freddie Freeman had to go through last year to prepare his body to even just play in the postseason. A lot of times guys go through a lot of different things to make sure they prep up their body to be ready to play that night at 7:00. So it's definitely a lot of hard work. And I learned that at a young age.
Yeah. I mean, we always talk about Freddie too. It's like, he just looks so fragile, but it's like, we understand like what it takes. Like he says from start to finish, it's almost like a whole different game he has to show up for, that he has to prepare for and get the things done. And I know, I mean, you guys put your bodies through so much. has that helped you in your transition to broadcasting? Because I mean, sometimes even last night, I'm leaving the game and I'm looking down at Kirsten Watson. I'm like, she has like it's easily another 2-3 hours here, and she's been here probably, and I'm like, wow, it's just such a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Kirsten is probably the hardest worker because she basically has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsten works extremely hard because she's a reporter. She has to be there probably around noon, 1 o'clock to make sure she gets those interviews, whether it's interview Freddie Freeman, Mookie, or the new guy who just got there, and then has to be there to interview manager Dave Roberts because he has, as you guys know, he has his scrum,
Mm-hmm.
I think right before batting practice. So she works extremely hard. A guy like John Hartong, who is a point guard of our show, he's the host. He does a lot of prep work going in to our show, the pregame show, and then obviously the postgame show. And then our directors, producers, Stu Mitchell, who's unbelievable. Stu Mitchell doesn't get enough credit. Stu makes our show go, and a variety of guys and girls that do a great job to get our show up and running, and it runs smoothly. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm probably the least hardest working person because I never write anything down. Never write anything down. I want it to be off the cuff, brutally honest, and my job allows me to do that. I don't have to host the show. But what I can do as an analyst, I can obviously evaluate, talk about what might be going on in a player's mind. I've gone through it or saw a teammate go through something similar. So my homework is watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch the game the night before if we're doing the pregame show, and leading up to the pregame, and then leading when we're doing the show, what we're going to talk about before that night's ball game. I've already done my prep work in my mind. So I approach my job the way Ken Griffey Jr. approached hitting, where Ken, Jr. would hit and he'd be done. He'd do a lot of his hitting in his mind and get ready to go. And that's how I try to do my job, as far as I don't want to write anything down. I go off of memory, and then I go off what I saw. And then in the post game, I'm talking about exactly what we just saw all together. We all watched the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't write anything down. I remember what happened in the third inning. I remember what happened in the seventh inning. Something happened vital in the eighth inning. We'll bring it up. But I want to be off the cuff because that way fans know I'm genuine. I'm not lying. I don't cover for players, but I will give other viewpoints. So if a guy makes an error, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Hey, we have all made errors. But we know guys are there early working, and he's going to make sure he rectifies that and be ready to go tomorrow. So I try to be as natural as possible.
Well, I'm going to challenge you on that a little bit because I don't think that doesn't make you a hard worker. I think you have an advantage because you've been around the game your entire life. So you're full of knowledge and you're constantly gaining more knowledge and experience, and it must give you an advantage playing to be doing what you're doing. And it must just kind of like be like muscle memory that you have all of this in your head, that you're able to do that. Because I think we talk about that too. Like we would rather not have anything in front of us, but there's so much to know that like we want to be our best. So until we can get to the stage where we'll throw our notebook away, like it's kind of in our best interest to, have that prep in front of us.
To say that. And I think that's what I probably should have said, but I just wanted to make sure I let everybody know that Kirsten works extremely hard. John Hartong, Stu Mitchell, the crew, they do an incredible job. Me is more like you said. I've experienced a lot. I played 16 years in the majors. I've been watching baseball since I was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of different things, and I don't fly off the handle when teams are struggling like we were the last, month and a half hitting.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really hit, let's be real. But I know teams go through that, and I think, to be brutally honest, I'm kind of glad that we're going through it right now, to be honest.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Better than going through that, end of September, early October. So you have your highs and lows throughout the course of the season. I'm glad that we're getting punched in the mouth offensively right now, because I really believe guys like Mookie, Freddie, and all those guys are going to get hot at the right time.
Yeah, it only makes them better. Like you kind of have to be, I don't know, baseball's humbling. It's a humbling sport. And in order to go on this run that we're on and to try to go back to back, like they're going to have to bring an edge and have this grit more than they did last season. And so, yeah, I agree. I'm glad that they're kind of getting through the kinks now, even though it's like hair pulling to watch.
But even like learning, and our show is from the fan perspective. So we're learning more about baseball every single day. And when we're listening to someone like you talk about it pre and post game, we're understanding from the player's perspective that, wow, it is 162. We can't really hang on to every single win and loss, or we're going to go crazy. So we have to understand and like humanize the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the players know. Listen, I was never a superstar player. I had to grind for everything I had, and I've been booed before. I've been booed by 45,000 people, and I walk to the dugout and I say, "I booed me too." Before you started booing me, I was booing myself. So the players know, but at the same time, you can't get too high when you're doing well, and you can't get too down. So you understand you're going to have struggles at times, because this is the best league in the world. And that's one thing Shohei Ohtani has touched upon it. Kim had to make an adjustment with his swing in spring training, understanding, other leagues are good, but every time you face a big league pitcher, he's a big leaguer, and he is legit. So you're going to have your ups and downs. You just got to make sure you try to stay on an even keel.
Did you ever have a whole fan base rally around you to pump you up like the Dodger fans tried to do for Mookie the other day?
Yeah, I got a standing ovation when I came back to a city, because they were so happy that I wasn't on their team anymore.
Oh my God.
Wait, who? Which one? Which one?
Pick one. No, I
good.
never received anything like that with Mookie. Listen, you got to remember, Mookie Betts is a two-time champion. Excuse me, two-time champion for the Dodgers, a three-time champion, because he won one with the Boston Red Sox. He's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer in my mind. So I love the fact that the Dodger fans did that for Mookie Betts, because he's already done incredible things already in a Dodger uniform, and will continue to do so. Listen, it's no secret. I'm down there. I talk to the guys quite a bit. I let Mookie Betts know that go look at Cal Ripken Jr.'s baseball card. Go look at Hall of Famers baseball card. The guys that have been the greatest players that played the game would hit 305, then hit 270, then hit 292, then hit 250, then hit 330, 305. Everybody does that. So not everybody, unless you're Tony Gwynn, which not many people were Tony Gwynn, you're not always going to hit 330 or 340. You're going to have years where it's just not going to be, going your way. But here's the thing, and I told Mookie this, you have a chance to get red hot, because you're hitting around 230-ish, 240. You can't tell me the next 2 months he can't hit 400, and he gets his average to 275, and he's red hot going to the postseason. The most important thing is being hot in the postseason, because you're going to hit whatever you're going to hit in the regular season, 275, 298, 310. But at the end of the day, what are we fans caring about is winning that World Series. So you hit 375 in the postseason and lead us to another World Series championship. Nobody's going to care if you hit 272 or 258 or 350. It's all about helping us win a championship.
Yeah. I know. We always say, we just trust the guys. We trust the organization and why it is that they're making decisions that they do. And, with Mookie, a lot of people want him to think that it's because he's at shortstop and they want him to go back here and all this. And it's just let the guy just work through it. We're still number one. We're right, and it's let him get to October. Let the natural talent of who Mookie Betts is shine. Sometimes you just have to work it out, but it just broke. He just looked so sad. His eyes were just so sad. But, we talk about the Dodger organization and how, they're really intentional. And, listening to you talk of how you even approached Mookie and to use, your playing and your knowledge of other players you've played with. And it's Dodgers, they even the broadcasters they put around these players are just key people that these players can feed off of. And we just think it's so phenomenal.
Setting them up for success. To kind of bounce off of that, because you played for so many different organizations, we love talking about the Dodgers and how much we love the organization, the culture, how intentional they are with every little thing, how they think of everything. What was it like playing for different organizations and learning about them in comparison to the Dodgers, who we love so much?
Well, I will say this. First of all, I love every stop I played at. I played for 9 different teams. I was very fortunate to play a long time. But I got a chance to see how different organizations operate. I will say this, the Dodgers are second to none. They really are. The attention to detail, how they care for their players, make sure they put their players in the best possible way to succeed, and to focus on what they need as far as on the field performance and what they need off the field to help them perform on that field. They're as good as anybody I've seen. The Yankees were like that when I played for them. It was just an incredible organization. Those two organizations really value winning. Now, every other organization I played for too, besides them, wanted to win as well. The Milwaukee Brewers don't get enough love. They really don't, man. The owner there, he does an incredible job of creating a great culture. I know Pat Murphy right now. He's the manager of the Brewers. They do a great job of taking what they have and making the best of it. And I'm shocked that, let's say, the Pittsburgh Pirates haven't adopted what the Brewers are doing, what the Detroit Tigers are doing. In our sport, there's no excuse for not being or having your organization in position to at least make wild cards every 3 or 4 years. There's no excuse, none, because you have international signings, you have so many levels. You have every year you have draft. You should be developing players to put yourselves in position and do so. So I applaud the Milwaukee Brewers. The Guardians do a great job, and I mentioned the Detroit Tigers. That said, the Dodgers do an incredible job. Everybody thinks it's all about the money. It's not. There's a lot of teams that have a lot of money, and they have a hard time winning. The Dodgers make sure that they don't cut corners. That's the biggest thing with the Dodgers. They do not cut corners. They make sure they put themselves in position to succeed. And that's why the Dodgers have a chance to win every single year, not just at the big league level. They make sure these guys understand that when they sign. Hey, it's making sure you do things the right way in A-ball, AA, AAA. So a guy like Alex Freeland, who comes up to the big leagues, able to hit the ground running.
Yeah,
right
dude,
away.
he's been incredible.
I know.
It's so fun to watch.
You got to do that organization-wide. And Dodgers do a great job.
They always see something in players. Like even last year, the trade deadline, when we got like Tommy Edman, I didn't know much about him. And I'm like, oh, who's this guy? All of a sudden, NLCS MVP. Like they see something and bring out the confidence, it seems like, of these players, which is so cool.
We've got to ask. You played with Kersh, hit against Kersh, and then are now broadcasting on the team where he just hit his 3K. Like, what is that like to be around from start to finish?
I'm so glad you brought that up too. And Kersh will get a chance to see this episode as well. Kersh knows that, I'm on a text chain. We text probably at least once every 2 or 3 weeks. And sometimes we'll have a nice run for like 4 or 5 straight days.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Michael Young, Nick Puto, AJ Ellis, obviously Kersh, Mark Ellis. I don't think I'm missing anybody, but that's the group. It's from our 2013 team. So there's a lot of trash talking going on. Obviously, Kersh is younger than us, and he's the last of us playing. So it's always great to hear from him and the guys just trash talking. And there's some trash talking going back and forth, between Michael Young, Kersh, or whatever. And I got some trash talk with Kersh because I think I'm hit 375 career off of Kersh. And I make sure I let him know that. But the one thing I love about Kersh, having played against him, I remember when I first saw him, he was a huge prospect. Everybody knew who Kersh was. This guy had electric stuff. But to see it firsthand, I just remember, wow, this kid's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. Because he had an electric fastball, 95 to 96. Probably today's gun would be around 99, 100 miles an hour. Because today's gun's probably 3 or 4 miles quicker.
Yeah.
Because they take it out of the hand now. And he had a devastating curveball. And then as he started getting into his career, his slider arguably became his best pitch. It's been fun watching him not just be a dominant pitcher for so long, but for him to see him get out still when he doesn't have dominant stuff. He's become an incredible pitcher. Really, really cerebral, loves the game, ultra competitive. I say that to say this: as competitive as he is on the field, when he takes the ball on the mound, he's got to win. It has been cool to see Clayton and Ellen go from an incredible young couple to now having 4, and the 5th one is on its way.
Mm-hmm.
Them having a family. I got a chance to see him become a dad.
Yeah.
And it has been really cool to see that.
Yeah.
You know, see his kids literally grow up right in front of our eyes. So as great as he is as a player, he's a better person, a better husband, a better father. And I hope my son becomes that type of man someday.
Wow.
I know my mom was
really
like,
amazing.
Kershaw's wife's pregnant. I was like, I hope they keep going. We need so many Kershaws in this world. Like, just keep going. No, but I get that because as a fan, I was born and raised in LA, and, you know, I loved Kersh. You know, we're kind of similar in age. So it's like, you know, I went through so many phases, and now as like an adult, well, I mean, I guess I was an adult then, but like now I'm like a real one, you know, and I'm like, I look at
a real adult now.
I look up to him and more things he does off the field than on. And it's so true. He's just really shaped himself as a human being. And it's like, yeah, we're just in awe.
Yeah, I'm not born and raised in LA, but moving to LA, I did that when he was starting, and he really is why I'm a Dodger fan. So I could talk about him all day. But to even add to what you were saying, and that is amazing. I hope he hears what you just said, amidst all the trash talking of your group chat. But it's also been cool. We know he's the ultimate competitor, but to see him start to embrace what's happening, like I feel like Kershaw 10 years ago would not really give himself a moment to really embrace that 3K with the crowd and everything, and blow a kiss to his family and all that stuff, and make a speech for all the guys in the clubhouse. So I really love seeing that side of him now too.
I love it. And especially, you know, I just remember times where, you know, I'd be playing third base and it's the 7th inning. Let's say we're up 4-1, and, you know, he gave up a couple of hits, and here comes Don Mattingly, you know, to the mound, and I'm at the mound first. His glove is over his mouth. He says, "I'm not coming out of this freaking game. You tell Donnie." I'm look at him, J-Hair, you tell him I'm not coming out. I just turn to Donnie like, "He ain't coming out, bro." He goes, "Okay." And he turns around and goes back. You know, it's just amazing. That fiery competitor. He's a guy that wants to finish a game, and he's the guy that wants to make sure he exhausts everything he has, because then he'll have no regrets. And he's given so much to this game. Really gave his shoulder to the game a few years ago. Shouldn't have been on the mound a few postseasons ago, but that's just how he is, man. He's a guy that just wants to be out there for his team.
So you said right there you're playing third, but I know that you've played kind of multiple positions. You're a little more utility, or did you have like a favorite position that you honed in on more?
I came up as an infielder, but, you know, as I got older, especially with injuries early in my career, kind of derailed me and pushed me into that super utility role. But it served me well. It allowed me to play a lot of years, play for a lot of different teams, get a chance to win, be on some great teams. So, you know, for your fans that probably didn't see me play, I was kind of like a Kike as far as being able to play everywhere.
I was going to say, are you the OG Kike?
Because we hear you're a prankster too.
I'm a little bit of a prankster. Kike, it was more, I think, more louder than me.
Okay.
I just said, I guess I can say that. Kike had more pop than I did. You know, Kike had more power. But as far as playing a lot of different positions, I could definitely run faster than Kike. Kike's got me probably on the dance moves as well.
Oh, okay.
You're
not twerking in the dugout.
I don't twerk in the dugout. That wasn't even a thing. That wasn't even a thing back then. But
I mean, didn't you guys ever want to just like let loose
Didn't
a little?
you see them wiggling the other? Who I
don't know.
tagged you was Muncie and Miggy Rowe. They're like doing a little wiggle in the dugout.
I will say this generation is a lot more gregarious when it comes to their celebrations. And I'm not even going to touch what happened. Was it last year or the year before where they did other stuff that was just shocking, but whatever. But that's why I love Kike. I love watching him play. He's a gamer. He's a guy that loves the big stage, loves playing in that postseason, wants to be up the plate in the big situation. So that's why Kike to me is one of the guys I love watching play.
Yeah, and we hope that he's coming back because he's on the IL. But another guy who just came back, who is healthy and looking sharp, is Tyler Glasnow. What was it like taking BP off of him the other day?
That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. You know, it's amazing how I was actually getting ready for a Legends game that we had at Rickwood that Major League Baseball put on, East West, CC Sabathia, Chris Young. We did it last year at the Hall of Fame. I think we're going to be doing it every year. So I was going to get ready. I was getting ready for that game. And, you know, guys like Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes, they see me working on it. He goes, hey, we're going to have, you know, some pitchers throwing live BP, you know, simulate a game. You need to jump in there, you know. I said, oh, okay, you know, I'll think about it. Then they told me that, hey, are you going to be working out this day? I said, absolutely. I'm coming early. He goes, well, actually, Shohei is going to pitch probably his last simulated game. I go, I'm in. I want to face him. Unfortunately, I guess he had heard that I was going to face him. He decided, you know what? I don't want to face Jay.
He got too nervous.
I'm gonna go ahead and face the Padres. So he actually pitched that night. So he didn't pitch the simulated game. He actually pitched that night. So I was crushed. I was probably the only person in the world that was disappointed that Shohei was pitching back in the big leagues because I wanted to face him. You know.
Totally.
So they said, hey, relax. A couple days, we're going to have probably Tyler Glasnow throw. I said, okay, I'll be ready. He pitched 2 innings. The first inning, I saw him mowing down the young kids. The A-ball kids, they can't – big league stuff is kind of tough for A-ball guys. I haven't taken a big league at bat since 2013.
Oh, wow.
So I remember stepping in, and I remember looking out, and I forgot how the stadium is so beautiful now. Not that it wasn't when I played in 12 and 13 here. But they have a new batter's eye. I was like, oh, my God, I can really see the ball now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I saw him throw that first pitch. And he's got some, we call it gasolina. He's got some heat. And I say, if he owes me another fastball, I'm going to put the bat head out there and use my hands and able to hit a line drive double. So I told Major League Baseball, I want to count that as a hit and put that in my stats because I doubled off of Tyler Glasnow. The greatest thing was now that, not to talk trash talking because Tyler Glasnow, he's getting ready to obviously dominate like he is now. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the guys that like Dalton Rushing was catching. He doesn't remember me playing. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid. And them seeing an old man, 49-year-old, at least put some wood on a fastball. That's a little thing I can put in on my phone to show my kids and the kids that are in that clubhouse.
I mean, it's really because experience. And that's why I love the balance of keeping veteran players versus getting new fresh ones, because no matter what, you can be young and your body is ready to go, but they don't have your experience. They don't have your eye of seeing those balls. I think as an athlete, I would crave just knowing I still somewhat have the timing down. It's not even about hitting a bomb. It's just to make a solid connect would be.
I will say this. Now, when I did that, I got flooded with text messages from ex-players. They loved it. The old school I love that you said that. That is such a great compliment for all of us that are a little older, right? But, fans are hitting me up. Hey, Jerry, you should be out there. Absolutely not. I have no chance to play Major League Baseball. None. Because I know how hard it is. Me getting a hit in a simulated game, okay, maybe I could play a game, but you got to be ready to play the next night. You got to play 162 games in 182 or 83 games now, or days now. It is an absolute grind. So the guys that are playing now, it's a young man's game. And I don't want to disrespect them at all because those guys are the best in the world. I have no chance. Us old heads, we can't do what they're doing now. There's a reason why we're old heads. We had our time. We had our chance. We did our thing. Let these guys enjoy it because that's their time.
Yeah. I want to be respectful of your time. Are you okay with 2 more questions?
Yes, 2 more questions.
Okay, cool. Well, one, listening to you speak, I could see you coaching. Did you ever think about that, or you had your eyes set on the microphone?
I've always had my eyes on broadcasting, even as a kid. I've told this story a bunch of times. I won't tell the whole story. Don Drysdale was the White Sox announcer when my dad played. I didn't know he was a baseball player at 8, 9 years old. He told me he played. I did a book report, and I figured out he was a stud. I didn't realize as an 8-year-old kid, you could be a broadcaster after you're done playing baseball, you know? So I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be like Don Drysdale. I want to play and then talk about baseball when I was done. So I've been very fortunate to do both. Early on, I got pursued, you know, I've been offered managerial interviews by a few clubs throughout the years, been offered third base coaching jobs, first base coaching jobs to get myself ready to manage. It's a lot of time. Like I mentioned, you know, I have 3 kids, and, you know, 2 separate households. So that would have taken a lot for me if I were to manage. So I think this gave me the best opportunity to be able to raise my kids, to see them a lot growing up. So I'm glad I chose not to get down to coaching and managing, because for me, that would have taken too much time.
I bet your kids are glad too.
It depends on the day.
I've been dying to ask you this. We were lucky enough to come to Spectrum and watch one of the shows with our good friend Oral Hershiser, and that was such a cool experience. But when you're doing the shows at Dodger Stadium, sometimes I'm watching on TV. I don't know if you guys have things in your ears, but how hard is it to not turn around and, like, if someone is screaming and won't stop, don't you want to be like, shut up? Because I do from the other side of the screen.
Well, you know, listen, we understand now, guys like Nomar and John, they have the double ears, so they don't hear the fans a lot.
Okay.
You know, I have one, so I'm able to hear the fans and then hear what's going on in the control room to know what's going on as far as traffic. I love the energy. Occasionally you'll have, you know, the non-Dodger fan that's acting a fool, crazy, maybe had a little bit too much to drink, but mostly it's positive. You know, they're yelling and screaming, they're happy. Usually we just won, and they want to be on TV, I guess, and they just love the energy. So I don't really mind it. In fact, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Now, again, when they're saying crazy things, I'm talking about the non-Dodger fans. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, you know. But more, you know, I would say 95% of the time it's all positive, and just love the energy, you know. And we're very fortunate to cover the Dodgers, and a great organization, great team, and because there's a lot of wins on those nights, you know, most nights, and it's fun to cover with the fans.
Yeah, it's a great team to be a fan of, and I hope the fans continue to stay positive behind you guys while you're doing your show. And we just appreciate you coming and talking to us so much. Thank you again for coming on Talk Dodgers to me, Jerry. This has been so fun.
It's so fun.
You guys, I really appreciate what you're doing. You don't understand, as a father of 2 girls, oldest daughter played volleyball, youngest played softball, and they love sports too. They love the Dodgers. They love baseball. To see you guys do what you guys do, that's an inspiration to my daughters. And I love that you guys are doing that. So
thank you so much. That means so much to us. If you have any fun ideas of people to come on, you let us know.
Maybe your
say hi to your daughters.
Maybe your daughters can come on for one. All right. Well, go Dodgers.
All right, Jerry. We'll see you soon. Thanks
you
again.
guys. Thank you so much. You guys do a great job.
Thanks so much. Bye.